Hello everybody, my name is Miia and I'm your self-proclaimed guide to expat life in Europe. Great to have you with me and welcome. If you are new to my videos, I'm originally from Finland, but I've lived in many countries throughout my life, so I've learned a thing or two and I'd like to share those things here on the channel. Today I have a topic that I'm really excited about, and that is the pros of living in Ireland from my personal perspective. I haven't lived here for that long yet, but in the short time in these last few months I've noticed some things that I really like personally. Some are big, some are smaller things, but even so, things that I wanted to share in case you're thinking about moving to Ireland yourself. These items are in no particular order. I hope this will be helpful to you. I live in the Dublin area, so some of these may or may not be as applicable in other parts of Ireland, which unfortunately I haven't been able to visit yet because pandemic. Let's get to it. This first thing is probably the biggest component of why we are so happy in Ireland, and that is the people. My goodness me, what you hear is so true. Some of the countries that I've lived in are good in so many ways, but I have found that the people of the place where you are living make a huge difference. If you don't click with the culture or the way the people are in that city, town, or country where you are trying to relocate to, be aware, because those things easily start bugging you and you might find yourself unhappy because of that one reason, even though all the other things might be amazing. And here in Ireland, the people are absolute gold. People are so helpful and welcoming, and that is just a huge plus. Yeah, just good people in Ireland. So I currently have a day job, and this is not something that's affecting me personally, but it is a notable fact that in the context of wider Europe, Ireland is a really good place to be for someone who speaks English when it comes to job opportunities and career moves. Because Dublin is the home to many of the biggest corporations in the world, big tech companies like Facebook, Google, you name it. They're all here. Maybe not all, but you know. In a European context, if you are English speaking and looking for those opportunities to get into some of those big corporations to advance your career, Dublin is a place for you, my friend. I don't know about you, but for me personally, food is important, and especially for it to be as local as possible and as natural as possible. And that's really something that you can find easily here in Ireland. Plus, I am on a gluten-free and lactose-free diet, and some of the other places where I lived before, it's been really difficult to be on that diet or to go out to eat at a restaurant because the people there would be like,
yeah, what are you asking? Like, what's gluten-free?
So in Ireland, that's not really a problem. You can find any kind of food to fit any kind of diet, and there's a lot of products for people like me who have a specialty diet and special requirements, be it vegan, vegetarian, you name it, and you can find something delicious to eat. And what I love, and this kind of ties in with the people as well, they are proud about their local produce, and I love that. I appreciate that, you know. So you'll see a lot of products where there's a big label like from Ireland, traceable, this meat is traceable to the farm in Ireland, and yeah, that's just great, you know. Keep support of local farmers going. That's, I think, great. Now let's talk about the nature, which is a huge pro about Ireland. We live in a place where we have quick access to such beautiful scenery, and at the same time we can live in the city and have all these opportunities. I just love the nature in Ireland, and it's so green and beautiful. It is not called the Emerald Isle for nothing. If you come by plane and you land in Ireland, you'll just see the splendor of the beauty, and yeah, just the nature is absolutely breathtaking. I cannot wait to explore more when, you know, we can actually travel again to other counties. I haven't yet been to the west of Ireland, which is, I can't wait. Again, the Irish people are proud about their country, their nature, and they seem to be enjoying it themselves and nurturing it and taking care of it. So that's just great. In the Dublin area, there is the Wicklow National Park that's close by, and yeah, it's just a beautiful place. A lot of popular films have been shot there, and the nature in Ireland is something to treasure, and I really value it and appreciate it here as an expat in Ireland. If you've watched my cons about living in the Dublin area video, which I can try to link here, I complained kind of a lot about the housing situation in Ireland. And to be fair, there's something here in Ireland that is quite unique, I think, and something to bring up, and that is the fact that we don't have to pay for water. I know there's some conversations going, you know, in the area of politics about changing it and making people pay for water, but as for now we are not paying for it, which is a huge plus when it comes to this whole housing situation. The following is a point that's a bit more personal from me and my husband, but might also be of relevance to you if you are either coming from two different countries. And for my husband and I, that is totally the case, because as mentioned, I'm from Finland and my husband is Brazilian American. And Ireland as a country is perfectly located for us because, of course, you know, you want to go see your family. And when we lived before on Cyprus, this was an aspect that was a bit difficult because traveling from Cyprus is not as easy as traveling from a country like Ireland. And we are kind of almost halfway between Finland and the States, and tickets aren't too expensive, and because his family is more on the East Coast, it makes it really easy to make that journey back to the US, but also, of course, to Finland. There are direct flights, and that's just so great for us. And if you are someone looking at relocating to Ireland from the States, this will be a plus for you as well, because there are a lot of connections either to Dublin or to London, and that'll make your journeys back and forth to family and friends a lot more affordable and doable, because you don't have to have a million different layovers and transitions and spend 24 hours on the journey. Plus, there is a vibrant Brazilian community in Dublin specifically. I don't know how it is in the rest of Ireland, but when we first came to visit Dublin, I was just so positively surprised. We would see Brazilian flags and like Brazilian shops where you could get all these good things from Brazil, pão de queijo and, you know, brigadeiros, all that stuff. I probably butchered that pronunciation, I'm sorry. I love having Brazilian people here because that makes it easier for me to connect with my husband's Brazilian roots and to make those connections. And of course, Brazilian people are really fun to have around. It's great that there is a quite large Brazilian community in Dublin. So if you are from Brazil, of course, that's great because you can kind of have your home away from home in the little Brazil here in Dublin. And my final point is culture. Again, this is closely connected to the people, but there's also just so much history, music. I just love the character of the people and the culture of Ireland and can't wait to explore it more. And this was kind of when I was thinking about the points in this video, I asked my husband, and for him, history was one of the things that he definitely found to be a plus about life in Ireland. And he's a historian, so it makes sense. There's so much richness in also the folklore, and I think the Irish are kind of a storytelling people, and they're just good fun, and it shows in the culture and the richness of the culture. That is it for today and this list. How did I do? Did I miss something? feel free to comment below. And if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. That'll help more people, aspiring and current expats like yourself, to find this content and get connected. I hope you're having a good day wherever in the world that is. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.